I'd better give Otto the good news.
What ways need
Welcome home, Sid.
Gav told me the gentleman who visited earlier, the one with the loud voice, was your uncle. I did think there was a resemblance. Something in the eyes.
We're seeing troops amassing at every border crossing.
Clive, you're back.
I am. And with glad tidings for once. Hugo Kupka is no more.
Well, I'll be. All of our comrades who lost their lives back at Sid's place be smiling down at you right now.
We had a stolus from Lubor saying Drake's fang had fallen. I expect that was your doing as well, was it?
It's a long story.
One for the history books, I'll bet.
Welcome home, Clive.
It's good to be back. You look better.
I feel it. Which means I'm coming on your next little adventure. You're not leaving me behind again.
Wouldn't dream of it. Otto, any word on the Royalist movement since I've been away?
Shouldn't you be putting your feet up? If you really want to know, go and have a word with Vivian.
Thank you. I will.
Ah, the conquering hero returns. And with hardly a scratch on him.
I may have picked up one or two.
Well, the fact that you came straight to me instead of visiting our resident physiker suggests that you picked up something more important. A scent. The scent of Waludas.
The very same. But whatever plans Kupka was hatching with the Royalists, he took them to his grave. As did his men. Slaughtered by the orcs who'd taken over the Fang. Orcs, Vivian. I've never seen such creatures in Storm before. The Waludas must have ferried them over from Ash, but why? Why work to rescue Kupka only to invade his home, the mother crystal of an allied nation, and let both fall? It makes no sense.
Do you know the tale of the blind men and the Adamantus? One can often be led astray by focusing too closely on individual details. One must instead see the bigger picture. And what bigger picture is there than my map? The Kingdom of Waloed claims dominion over all of Ash. It is a nation forged by the bloody conquest of Barnabas Tharm, the dominant of Odin. The Canvarian War of Independence in 849. The Battle of the Twin Realms in 865. The Battle of Belinus Tor in 873. Wheresoever his armies fought, Odin was found where the fighting was fiercest. But of late, the warrior king appears to have laid his sword to rest. Battle rages for control of the crystalline dominion. Yet Tharm sends not a single ship in support of his Dhalmekian allies. Meanwhile, the Blight ravages great swathes of Ash. Yet warlike Waloed shows not the faintest interest in laying claim to untouched lands. So why go to the trouble of sending an army of orcs into the heart of Drake's Fang, only to make no attempt to claim the Mother Crystal for Waloed? It can hardly be for lack of men. Tharm's armies rival any in the Twins. No. We have not seen the last of the Waluda standard. Odin will ride again. It is but a question of when. And on that day, who will be trampled underfoot? In summary, I know not to what end the Royalist betrayed Kupka. I know only that it is part of some broader scheme. A scheme tied to the ambitions of one man.
King Barnabas.
But there is no need to wallow in confusion. If one is to cure a sickness, one must first identify the symptoms. And your Lord Uncle has volunteered to do just that by keeping an eye on the Royalists' movements.
He's really throwing himself into this.
Indeed he is. Which means all that remains for us to do is await his reports. Well, not quite all in your case. The people of the Hideaway must hear the news. Justice has been done. Hugo Kupka is dead. The wounds he left that night are still raw. Especially for those who lived with Sid the longest. Tell them that those wounds might finally begin to heal. Consider it the price of today's instruction.
I've never known you to be sentimental.
What can I say? I am only human. And we are, all of us, sentimental animals at heart.
I suppose we are. Very well. I'll go and spread the word.
And how may I assist you today? So what of its parliament? Which leaves but one man. Harpocrates, Blackthorn, Karen. For veterans such as these, Sid's Hideaway was a sacred refuge. Kupka took something from them. And now you have avenged that loss. They should be the first to hear the
Well, someone looks pleased with himself. It's true what I'm hearing, then.
Nothing escapes you, Lady Karen. It's true.
No more good. I'm starting to get a crick in my neck. Don't let it go to your head, though. And what can I do for you? It's a relief. Thank you, Clive. Nice to have a bit of good news. I don't say it often. Well, don't just stand there gawping. Is that all?
Blackthorn,
What is it?
I wanted to tell you that Hugo Kupka is dead.
This is it then. A new beginning. Under a new Sid.
I'll try to live up to the name.
Clive. To a bloody riddance.
included. What's that for you, dear? Not bad, if I do say so myself. No scratches, right? Anything else?
Ah, Clive. Have you come seeking the gift of knowledge?
No. To share mine, actually. Hugo Kupka is dead.
Oh, my. Can it really be true?
Look, he's crying. He is. The big baby.
And with good reason, children. These are tears of joy. We must offer up a prayer to your parents that the heavens might weep with us. There shall be no lessons today, only thanksgiving and merrymaking. Go, put away your things.
All right. Brilliant.
Finally, a new dawn has broken.
It has.
Thank you, Clive. I cannot wait to share the good news.
Hippocrates. After Kupka fell, Ultima came to me. I need to know what he is. Have you learned anything?
Alas, no. And not for want of trying. I have scoured nigh every historical tome in our collection and found nothing. Not even the sort of conspicuous absence that might suggest a concealment of fact. One is almost tempted to conclude that such a creature never existed.
But I saw him. With my own eyes.
I don't doubt that you did. Alas, it seems you are the only one who has. To others, he reveals naught. We see only that which he leaves in his wake, like some terrible force of nature beyond the ken of mortal man.
A bringer of death.
Whether the Ultima you met with was the being itself, or merely another projection of its power, I know not. But until I do, my investigations shall continue.
Thank you. It means a lot. Right. Let's see if Otto has anything else for me.
My knowledge is yours. I have said it many times. His story is ended. Were you aware... But what of the twins themselves? Yes, change will come. May the winds of fortune carry you far. How good it is to see you, Clive. I have a few new notes that might interest you. What subject shall we consider today?
I'm telling you, it's true.
We're seeing troops amassing at every border crossing.
When it comes to boyish charm, Goops has an indomitable rival in Gav. One is the sweet little babe in arms to be cooed over. The other, the naughty little boy who'd pull on my pigtails.
Let me know if you find any books worth reading.
Oh, we've hundreds of them in the shelves. Why don't I show you round one day?
I think Mid might need some help tidying up.
If I don't come up with something soon.
I know what you're going to tell me. Thank you, Clive. Thank you.
You've barely sat down since you came home. Vivian got you running errands or something?
Just spreading the word.
So, the Professor's got a soft side, has she? I'd never have guessed.
No. She was right, though. Everyone was glad to hear the news.
Ah, but you ain't told everyone. I can think of plenty of friends back at the old hideaway who'd sleep more peacefully for knowing. Not least of all Sid. You should tell him.
You're right. I should. And I will.
Well, when you do, be sure to take Mid with you. She's been going at it hammer and tong down in that workshop of hers, trying to do her father proud. I can't remember the last time she visited the old sod's grave.
Very well. I'll suggest it.
All right, Clive?
I'm going to visit Sid, and I thought you...
Sorry, I'm too busy for all that. I've got to get this thermal displacement stack sorted.
Thermal...
Displacement stack. Here.
And this is for...
Only the fastest, finest ship the world has ever seen. Me and my dad designed it together. Where other vessels rely on the fickle winds to drive them through the water, ours is fitted with mithril engine, and those things have got more push than a behemoth in a bad mood, and more heat than all the hells put together. Which is where the stack... I may have already talked some tight-lipped shipwrights into putting the hull together for me in a little dockyard in But the stack's a bit more involved, so I'm building it. Thing is, it's so involved that I'm running behind and it's starting to hold things up over at the shipyard. I'll come and see my dad, though, when I'm done.
Is there anything I could...
Good old Clive. I were hoping you'd say that. First things first, the stack will be made up of 3 main... There's the plating, here, that channels hot vapors. The helm over the top, that just... And the shielding around the sides.
A full suit of armor, then? Probably best...
Then you'll need to start with the plating. Everything else fits onto it. I've got the designs and the list of materials. Show these to Blackthorn. He'll know.
I can't make head nor tail of them.
Look.
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in.
I have done it, Sid. I have learned all the letters. Every one.
Mid hasn't been
Blackthorn, can I ask a favor?
Hell with it.
It's for Mid.
This my last chance to say I'm otherwise engaged. Go on then. What?
She said you would know.
Krieger. Well, I don't know what the hell you'd want this for, but I can make it. And I'll need help. Get Gavin Otto in here, will you?
All right.
So Mid's roped us all in here again, has she? Still, if that's what it takes to get her to visit Sid's grave, I'll...
And, what is it?
Take a look at this. It's this plating. The usual sword grade steel won't work. We need something that can get very hot, very fast, and still keep its shape. That means an alloy. Something that won't break or buckle at the temperatures she's talking about. Which is where you lot come in. I need materials, and I've got my work cut out already. You'll have to fetch them. Now, there's a special kind of sand I'm after that you can only find out in the Velcroy. Stardust, they call it. As for the rest of the stuff, my usual supply should have it in stock. It just needs buying and bringing back here.
Well, we'll get it done quicker if we split up. One of us should probably give you an hand coat in the sand.
And the other can go and get the rest from...
Right then.
Well, make your minds up who's going where, we can get this over with.
Up to you who you take to the desert. I mean, Gav's good in a fight, but he don't have my winning personality.
Ah, don't listen to him. You'll be in the lowest of low company with either of us.
You going after the Stardust, then? Which one of these 2 lucky souls is going...
Otto, you're with me.
All right, then. Where do we find this Stardust, and...
There's a river that runs through the southern reaches of the Velcroy. It's the black sand that washes up on its banks that you're after.
And I'm guessing you'll be needing sack loads of the stuff. Might be worth hiring. I'll head down there. See about finding us a wagon.
All right. I'll meet you by the river.
You two take care, eh? I'll go and see the supplier.
Just don't let the bastard fleece you, mate.
Ah, he wouldn't do that. He's Blackthorn's mate. isn't he?
Looks like I found the river. Now where's Otto? Thanks, Gal. Otto, sorry I'm late.
Oh, Clive, I had a quick scout about, and I reckon this area's our best bet. Seems Blackthorn's the only one who thinks smithing with his Stardust stuff's a good idea. It's just lying here, waiting for any old fool to fill his boots.
But unlike any old fool, you thought to bring a wagon.
Well spotted. Now get filling.
So this is Stardust. It just looks like black sand to me. That should be enough for now. Let's see how Otto's getting on.
How much did you get?
Enough.
More than me. Put it all together and I can't see Blackthorn complaining. Here, Clive. Sid would be proud.
Of what?
Of you, you idiot. The way you've carried on what he started. When we first met, I had you down as a spoilt little puppy who enjoyed nothing more than biting the hand that fed you. But 5 years on, you're the one doing the feeding. So thanks for proving me wrong.
You weren't wrong, but I changed. Thanks to Sid. And thanks to you. When I suggested taking on it, and if you hadn't, I couldn't have done any of this without you, Otto.
Don't give over. You're making me blush. All I did was choose hope over despair. I gave you a chance, yes, but you're the one who took it. You took a rabble of homeless, hopeless outcasts and put them back on their feet. Gave them something worth fighting for, just like the old Sid did. About time I was heading back, I reckon. All this scrabbling about in the sand's taken its toll on the old pin.
I'll see you back at the hideaway then. You can take a well-earned rest.
Oh, but I'll make sure Blackthorn gets his precious black sand before I put my feet up.
Right. Let's hope this is all Blackthorn needs.
I heard what you told Nan about Kupka. Hopefully all our old friends can rest easy now.
Blackthorn. Got it.
Yeah. Cheers for the Stardust. Should be enough to be getting on with.
Nice to get out and about for once. Let's do it again sometime, mate.
I'll make a start on putting this thermal plating together then. It'll take some time, mind. So if you've got other things to be getting on with, I could do without you breathing down my neck.
Thank you, Blackthorn. I'll let Mid know construction.
Suppose we'd better be getting back to work too.
Give us a shout if you need anything.
Hasn't been
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in.
I think Mid might need some help.
If I don't come up with something soon.
You'll be pleased to hear that Blackthorn started work.
Excellent.
So,
The helm for this will be repurposed.
salvage from the ruins.
But we don't have to.
I'm sorry.
Just so happens there's one particular ruin that's broken into exactly What's the name back there? I'll give you all details.
What's her name?
Oh, Sid, is this about the helm?
Yes. Mid...
I'll show you the plans then. Here you see the mithril engine, in which mithril is burned to generate heat. That heat is then harnessed to produce... Excess heat is dealt with by means of the thermal displacement stack, which Now, were we to rely on thermal plating alone to achieve this effect, the rate of excess heat buildup would far exceed the displacement coefficient of the plating. In other words, the reactor would overheat and eventually... This is where the helm comes in. It connects to the plating, you see, and serves as a sort of thermal sink to absorb all that excess energy. Our experiments have shown that fallen ceramics are remarkably thermophilic. They can withstand and absorb levels of heat far above anything we are able to... And not only that, they're also waterproof and immune to rust, making them the perfect material for our protective hood. Why? If sea or rainwater were to enter the reactor proper, it would vaporize instantly. The forces produced would tear the
You can stop there. I understand. Mid said we might be able to use parts of a fallen ruin. Where would I find...
Yes. It's in Lorbert's. The thing is, well, I probably should have arranged to have the pieces we need brought here sooner. You see, it's no longer a matter of just walking in and taking them. It's,
I see. Then I suppose I'd better deal with... Would that help?
Oh, very much. I'll gather my team and head there right away.
Fly, Ambrosia. You deserve a rest. Stay down!
Oh, there you are, Sid. The ruins are just over there, as is the creature I told you.
Of course. Anybody home? This must be our unwanted visitor. Time to go. The things I do for you, Mid.
Sid!
You shouldn't have any trouble.
Indeed. Well, don't let us keep you. We'll, see...
All right.
We're seeing troops amassing at every...
Mid might need some help.
If I don't come up with something soon.
Mid. Helena has recovered the...
Excellent.
And just...
Right. The shielding.
How so?
The plating's enough to stop the engines going pop, but those things will still be spitting out, which is why you need proper prison for the dragon's breath that's blazing away inside. I thought a triple thick layer of tempered steel might do it. Or more of the stuff that the Fallen use, but the helm and the plating are bulky enough as it is. Add any more weight and the whole ship would be at the bottom of the briny before we'd even start it. I need something light. But I've racked my brains and I just can't think what would do it.
Well, if I know whose counsel I would seek.
Tomes? Yeah, well, I'd thought I've got all the details written down. Can you take this to him? See what he makes of it?
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in. Thanks to Sid, the man.
Hippocrates.
For you,
Well, actually, it's for Mid. Could you take a look at this?
Shielding for a mithril engine? Whatever will that girl think of next? And what are these notes around the edges?
She has some specific requirements for the materials. The shielding needs to be able to resist and yet remain cool enough on the outside not to set the ship alight, while also being light enough not to sink it, as you can imagine. She's struggling to... I wondered if you might know of a solution, or if you might be able to search the records for one.
Perhaps. It is not a different material.
What do you mean?
Consider the lake we have made our home. Its blighted waters eat away far more quickly than fresh water or even brine, at timber and steel alike. And yet, we have made a home here from those very materials nonetheless.
We have. But Bardolph must varnish every board twice over to keep it from rotting. And Obelus complains that without a constant supply of... pitch. I see.
Early Gregorian histories speak of a preparation known as moon dew. It is said to be able to resist even the most ferocious flames. Before the dragoons tamed the worms and wyverns of the realm, nobles would daub their castle walls with it in order to guard against dragons.
So if we could recreate it...
It might be applied to some material or other in order to provide the protection Mid requires. As to how best to apply it and to what material, I shall speak to them and see what wisdom. If you would be so kind as to procure the necessary ingredients, I shall discuss the specifics of how the knowledge of the past may yet prove useful to we of...
Thank you, Hippocrates. And since you're asking others to help you, perhaps I should too.
So you need a hand, do you?
We do. I'll be heading to market for the ingredients we need. I could do with some help.
The other can assist me in researching how best to prepare the shielding itself.
Can we count on your aid?
Always. Well, if Jill's game.
Thank you.
I am sure either of these fine young minds would prove indispensable in my research. I leave the decision...
Shielding that guards against even the most ferocious flames. We could have done with some of that on Drustinus.
I doubt I would have survived that place with or without it. A trip to Northreach, though, I think either of us could handle. Shielding that guards against even the most ferocious flames.
So, Clive, who will accompany you?
All right. So, what are we fetching?
I have taken the liberty of
Garlic. Are you sure this is the right list? Looks like the ingredients for someone's...
Though these items may seem mundane, they have potent effects that so much so, in fact, that they were harvested. Now, of course, they can be obtained with ease. You should be able to find everything you need at the market.
Well, isn't that I was hoping to be able to make a trip over that way sometime soon. Need to speak to an old acquaintance. I'll meet you...
All right.
See you later, Clive.
Good luck with your research.
Harpocrates and I'll look after things here. You head over to Northreach.
Now, where's Talia?
Keep them pilgers nice and chilled.
Need to stock up on
I won't
these.
have use.
There you are, Talia.
Ah, we shouldn't have any problems finding what we need in a place. But if time is of the essence, perhaps we should split up. Take a few items.
All right.
Let's see now. Why don't you meet me by the gate when you've got them?
What do you want? And good riddance.
There's talk at the glass.
Any friend of the innkeeper is a friend of mine. You're always welcome
That
here
should do
in
it.
Lostwing.
Hopefully Talia's finished too.
Well,
I did.
garlic and peppy. We should get this back to Tome. But we're not in too much of a... Do you know, I think this is the very first time we've been out on an errand together.
I think you might be right.
In all the years since you and that scowl of yours first appeared, you haven't invited me out once. For shame.
Well, it seemed long overdue. And you did say you had some shopping to do.
I was hoping to restock my supplies of herbs and liniment, yes. You and Jill alone burned through them like wildfire. No luck, though. My usual supplier's not here, and I refuse to pay the prices these gougers.
I'll ask Karen when we get back. What is it?
Oh, just memories. I came here with Sid once, shopping for... And just like today, I came away empty-handed. Sid even said he'd speak to Karen for me when we got... Has it really been 5 years? I remember it as if it was yet. Hold on. Does that mean it's been 5 years since we met? Feels a lot longer.
It does. Thank you, Taya.
For what?
For everything. I just want you to know that all you've done for us, all you still do.
Do you think I'd stick around if I thought it wasn't? But in the spirit of sharing and caring, you're appreciated too. Well, I think we've tarried. I ought to get these ingredients back to Tome so he can make up this. I'll meet you back at the hideaway.
All right.
I heard you the first time.
I wonder how Hippocrates is getting on with the moon dew.
Ugh, I'm never
How's work on the shielding progress?
Well, very well indeed. And I was just explaining to Taya how we might, and now that we have all the...
You can count on me. I've mixed more than a few mysterious concoctions.
What about the shielding? Its
work is underway.
Apparently, it'll be ready.
Thank you.
Right then. Jill, would you join me in the infirmary? Many hands make light work and all that.
Of course.
Oh, and Clive. It was good to talk. We should do it again sometime.
It appears our work here is almost a shame. I was when both the shielding and the moon dew are ready. It will merely be a matter of applying them, followed by a rigorous process of perhaps someone ought to warn young men.
Leave it to me. Thank you. Well, I'd better go and give Mid the good news then.
I went up to give some greens to the chocolate.
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mitt, but you'll be pleased to know that
You found something for it?
In a manner of speaking, Hippocrates knew of a He's supervising the construction and testing of the shielding as we...
Brilliant! I knew you wouldn't.
Don't thank me.
Right then, better start working to the Black Hammer.
You know, when I got into the smith, I thought I'd be making swords and shields, not...
Displacement stack.
Same difference. Whatever you call it, I ain't putting it together in here. It's cramped. Let's take this outside. Mid, you get all the parts lined up on the deck. I'll take care of the rest.
On my way.
Oh, and bring me the biggest hammer you can find. This is gonna require...
It's finished. Thank you. That's one down and just...
I'm sorry.
Oh, didn't I tell you? The Enterprise has 4 mithril engines and we'll be needing a displacement stack.
You don't mean...
Now they've got a finished one to work off. My gang in Canva can build the rest.
Good luck to... Right, I'm off to get a sling for this elbow. Any other work comes in, keep it to yourselves, eh?
What?
Nothing. Just thinking about the Enterprise sailing off over the horizon to shoals, searching for a land untouched by the Blight. Just like me and my dad planned. So if the worst came to the worst and every scrap of soil in the Twins turned black,
That's what she was meant to be. You see, one last chance, but now she's so close to being finished. I've realized I don't want her to be just a lifeboat for us to cling to if things get down. I want people to sail aboard her by choice. Not in a world where we're not just trying to survive, but where we can act.
I'm working on that, and I'll do everything I can to get you what you...
All right. As soon as the Enterprise is fit to sail, I'm putting her on sod our plans. I'm trusting in yours.
Are you sure about this?
Something tells me it's what my dad would have wanted.
He'd be proud of you.
You were gonna...
I was. And you can come too now that your little project is finished.
Right. There's just one thing I need to finish up first.
All right. I'll let Otto know you're coming. Meet us in the mess when you're ready.
Aye, aye, Captain.